Hadia is the CEO and founder of Ghaleb Production House, and she's basically also launched her line, Hadia Ghaleb swimwear in Egypt. How are you, Hadia?
I'm good.
So after years spent observing the growing fashion gap in the swimwear markets between veiled and unveiled women, how did you establish the first market agency of influencers and your brand in swimwear in Egypt? What was your thought process behind it?
Okay, so background information. I started GPH, which is a marketing company. We specialize in influencers marketing, and I started it when I was 19 years old in 2012. And back then, the term influencers didn't exist. So we were the first agency to introduce this idea. And I got this idea because I got followers. I used to go to university wearing really crazy clothes, and people would follow me to make fun of me. And they would share my posts among their friends to say, look, like she's crazy, what the hell is she wearing, etc. So I got the first push or the first wave of fame because of criticism and bullying. And then I got, let's say, for example, 3,000 followers, while it was just starting. So a normal person would have 30, I would have 3,000, because people were sharing my posts to make fun of me. But that didn't stop the brands. So I was 19 years old. I open the door. There's a ring on my door. I open. And it's a huge basket with a lot of gifts. And I don't understand why I'm getting all those gifts. Why? I'm just a girl studying economics. And then another time I get invited to an event. I go to the event and they're all journalists, radio presenters, and I'm just this little girl who doesn't understand what's happening.
Your first exposure.
So I started to research, what is this? Why am I getting all of this? And I understood that they were using me as their media list, as part of the public relations strategy, that basically they want me to advertise for them. So I said to myself, if they want an ad, then they should pay for it. So basically, I remember, like, I would be sitting in my economics class, taking notes, and at the same time writing like a one-pager Word doc, not even PDF. Like, I was so young. Telling them, hey, you sent me this piece of jewelry. What if we do this picture this way? What if we do this video this way? So basically, the communication plan, the visual plan, the KPIs, how many followers you will get after I post, comments, things I used to calculate myself. They would reply back to me saying the rudest things, like, who the hell said we have a budget for you? Who the hell said, not who the hell, but... hey, Hadia, we're sorry, but we don't have a budget for you. It's just a gift. You know what? We will send the courier to take the gift back. Imagine. So they would take the gift back, give it to my colleague or my competitor, which, like, let's say I was 5,000 followers, they were 3,000. So they would find two girls, 3,000 followers, they would send them two gifts. And they would get the same effect. And I was economics, so I knew that my competition, my substitute, was making my price artificially zero. He was taking the supply curve down to zero. So I had to take the supply curve up. I had to do something. So after 1 year of trying and getting shut down, blah, 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 I graduated, and I went to all these girls. We were 10 back then. Now they're models and actresses, but we were so young and we were so small. I went to them and I told them, hey, I will give you $10,000, each of you. And I didn't even have $1,000. I told them, I will give you $10,000, but any gift you get, I have to respond to the email. Any event invitation you get, I have to take the decision. You leave everything to me. And if I give you work or I don't give you work, I'll give you the $10,000. So just to start, I was 20 years old with a liability of $100,000. And yalla, a leap of faith, yalla, woo, كده.
That's a smart strategy, but it worked.
So فعلا, it really worked because, okay, Hadia, now take this gift, post it. No, pay me money. Okay, we go to Sahar. Sahar tells them, go to Hadia Ghaleb. Malak, go to Hadia Ghaleb. Tara, go to Hadia Ghaleb. So I closed the market. I made a monopoly. So I forced brands to allocate a budget for influencers. I forced big agencies, like huge advertising agencies, to work with me and outsource this for me. And I became the villain. In 2014, I became the villain. Marketing managers... Thank you. Marketing managers hated me because now they have to cut part of their budget and give it to bloggers, influencers, blah, blah, blah. And the traditional media hated me because I'm taking part of their budget. Like, I'm taking part of the newspaper, of the radio, of the magazines. And other big agencies, they also hate me because they have to outsource it to me, or else the client will come to me. And at the same time, I was an influencer, and everyone in the public was saying I'm a spoiled brat, I'm stupid, I'm using my father's money to buy clothes. Yeah, so it was a tough year. I used to go to a therapist.
I mean, it's a journey full of obstacles, but you must encounter a lot of challenges throughout your journey. How did you overcome the obstacles?
The first obstacle was bullying. I think many of you know, but I was the subject of bullying for so many years, and for like very harsh, like I got traumatized because of this bullying, and because people just see me as a spoiled girl who doesn't do anything but take pictures and travel. So the first challenge was how to reposition myself in a way because fashion, let's face it, fashion and travel in a third world country is a luxury. Yeah. So I can't, talking about these topics used to trigger people. It triggered people. So I had to be more authentic. I had to show more of what I do behind the scenes, going to the office, etc. And then, if I want to talk about the brand, the swimwear brand, the biggest challenge was, first of all, capital. I took a very big risk. I saved money from 2013 until this year, and I used a very big chunk of that money to fund the brand. I did not get help from anyone. And also a very big challenge was the concept itself. I was going into this, it was a huge risk because all the offering was two pieces, black and galabeya. Yani it was, I don't understand what the brands were doing, but it was really ugly. And making it colorful, making it stylish, I was scared that it would get a backlash.
Not gonna lie, the colors are amazing.
Thank you.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. So the biggest challenge was for me to just have faith and say, okay, I'm gonna put most of my money into something that might be a disaster. Ya Rabbana yastur, yalla bina. Yeah.
So how were you able to quickly build awareness for your brand and receive media coverage and social media following through your brand in a short span of time?
First of all, I just want to say it's tawfiq min and Rabbina, yani it's God. What I saw with the brand is something I didn't even see with myself. We reached 200 and almost 50,000 followers in a span of 3 months. Wow. Why? Because I'm not going to say I'm a genius. No, because people love the cause. It wasn't just a brand, it was a cause. It was a cause that we want to change the perception of modest women. They're elegant. For anyone who's not Egyptian and who doesn't have the background of what was happening, basically burkinis were banned from luxury resorts. And women who wore burkinis, they were discriminated against because they weren't cool enough. So having this new offering and me advocating for it, and I'm not veiled, it gave veiled women the push they needed. So they followed the brand because of the cause. Second thing, because we did really, really cool marketing. Like I've been marketing for other brands for now almost 9 years. I started GPH when I was 19, 20 years old. So I know every trick in the book, and every trick in the book, I used it on my brand. We made an influencer strip. I got 8 influencers, huge ones, one from each country, one from Saudi, one from UAE, me from Egypt, Iraq, etc. And I took them to the Maldives, and they wore the swimsuits, and they basically lived the trip wearing the swimsuits. So it was very natural. It was an experience. And it went viral in Saudi, it went viral in UAE, in Egypt. So suddenly you see celebrities and influencers wearing conservative swimwear. So everyone was like, wow. Yes.
Wow,
yes, let's support
smart
this.
And cool, yeah.
Yeah, and then we did other marketing activities. Like we did this very cool bus, and we did a collaboration with Maresi. We did this very, very cool bus. We transformed it into a shop. It's very sparkly. It was going around in a luxury resort called Maresi, which is my target market. And it used to park in hot spots, and there was an activation going around. So I spent a lot as a startup who just launched. I spent a lot on marketing. Like no one does this. Like I bought the products, first risk, second risk, without any sales. I'm investing in marketing. And my dad, because we worked together, he was like, "You're crazy. You're gonna lose all your money. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Khalas, this is what I want to do. I have faith." And alhamdulillah, it worked out.
Thank you so much. How do you...
Thank you.
So how do you play on the consumer's psychology to deliver your message? I mean, you work as a marketing expert, so you definitely do play on the consumer's psychology. How do you do that?
It's an art to convince people what I want. It's so nice. Like I have an idea, and I want my following to be convinced.
Please advise us. Please.
You have to find their need. You have to find their pain point. You have to see what is their problem and find the gap. And once you actually find their problem and find the gap, it will be so easy to convince them. You just have to bring some KOLs, key opinion leaders, like influencers, celebrities, whatever. You bring them, you convince them as well with the product. They become your ambassadors, so they convince their own following, and it becomes like a ripple effect. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Hadia. It was nice chatting with you today. And I actually can't wait to try one of your swimwears, by the way. Give us a round of applause, please. We can have some Q&As right now, Omar.
Anybody have questions?
Yeah.
There should be an extra one. Sorry, where's the question? All right. Give us your name, please, sir.
My name is Asim Omar. I'm the PR director for Techni Summit. I have 2 questions for you. How do you keep your credibility? طبعا مع sponsors and so on and many activities. And the other question, how do you see the Egyptian, let's say, media scene or content creation scene? Do we have some challenges amid other countries evolving and so on? It's a bit tricky question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
ليه بتحطني في الكورنر دلوقتي؟
لا بس عشان البانل اللي قبل كده كان الكلام انه في دول تانية بتعمل great job واحنا شوية متأخرين.
ماشي. The first question was الزهايمر ده.
How do you keep your
how أنا from day one I know I'm not a billboard. A billboard is objective. It's not a personality. You put any ad on it, it's fine. You put cigarettes, it's fine. You put junk food, it's fine, whatever. I'm a personality. I have my own values, my own principles, and I say them out loud. I say I don't eat junk food. I say I don't drink. I say I don't smoke. I got so many campaigns with tobacco companies, with vaping, with fast food, with alcohol, and I never accepted, and they were huge budgets, and I never accepted. So consistency, when you say something and when you act like what you're saying, with consistency, with time, you create credibility. Also, like I wake up, and sometimes I get bullied for this, but I say whatever is on my mind, and I'm trying to be as authentic as possible. I don't, now I think things through before I say them, but I never leave something out. If I had a rough day, I just say I had a rough day, I'm not happy. I don't always say I'm happy or I'm glamorous or I'm on red carpets. I show them also the bad days. I showed them when my leg was burnt and I was so stupid to have soup, boiling soup. I poured it on my leg. Like I say everything. So people feel when you're being authentic. And about the Egyptian scene, like everything, you have people who start a wave, and then you have the people continuing the wave. So as long as we have leaders, we're gonna get better and better. So I just hope that we have more and more innovative people to create content, to be creators, to give value. That's my opinion.
We have another question.
Hi, Hadia, I'm Dina. I just wanted to say that you're so proud that you spoke about mental health, and you were really, really encouraging that you addressed it, and you addressed it with a very open heart. So I wanted to congratulate you for this. And my question is, how did you discover your competitive advantage? What's unique about you? How did you discover it? And I want to ask, what is unique about you?
What is unique about me? My dad always says my brain. I was always putting myself into the competition of, I want to look the best. I want to wear the best dress in the event. I want to look the best. My hair has to be the best. And my dad always says, this is a failed, you're not the most beautiful person in the world, but you have a very good functioning brain, use it. So finally, I started to believe him that my brain is my biggest power. I really want to do something with my life, and that's.
No, carry.
And there was another part of the question. جاوبت خلاص, okay. My brain also forgets a lot.
We have one more question, just last one.
Hi, Hadia.
Hi.
It's Mira. We met
Yes,
recently.
of course.
Yes.
I love your outfit again.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you related to influencer marketing, since we're a bit alike in the field, and I work a lot on traveling and experience and so on. What is the difference through your experience in marketing in the experience of travel and the casual advertisement on social media? يعني, to have the full package of the experience, like when you said you went to Maldives and they feel the brand. يعني, this is the part of feeling the brand is different than just posting pictures on social media. You know what I mean?
Because this is a very long answer. Can I answer you this outside?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you so much for the questions, and thank you so much, Hadia, today for joining us. Please give us a hands of applause, please.